This is CBS 19 News This Morning.
Good Sunday morning. It's Sunday, September 13th. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Risa Morris. Well, meteorologist Albert Brun is with us this morning. And Albert, these cool temperatures have just been so great. Do you think they're going to stick around?
Stick around for maybe one more day. We'll see temperatures tomorrow morning still in the 60s, and it'll be comfortable in the morning. But things are going to change as we go through the week, and I'll have those details coming up a little later. But let's take a look at what's happening over in Longview this morning. Oh, the sun is out. It's bright. But notice that temperature. It's warmed up now several degrees. It's now 58 degrees, but still very comfortable. Lots of sunshine expected today. Could see a few clouds moving in across the area, as we do have some clouds to our west and a few to the north, but nothing that's going to really create any kind of changes for us today. Let's take a look at that day planner forecast real quickly, and you'll see that it's cool this morning, around 60 degrees here in Tyler. We'll see pleasant or partly cloudy skies, about 79 by noon, 86 for the high today, so another nice day. But then things start to warm up this week, and I'll have details on that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Albert. Well, on Friday, we told you about the search for a convicted felon accused in a multi-county police chase. While investigators are still looking for 29-year-old Jeffrey Brooks, they say he stole 3 vehicles, including a Smith County Sheriff Deputy's SUV. Brooks has a criminal record spanning at least 10 years in 2 states. He served more than 3 years in prison for trying to force 2 people on a motorcycle into oncoming traffic on a Georgia highway and for having a firearm as a convicted felon. Right now, he's wanted on warrants out of Wood County for evading arrest and drug possession. He's considered to be armed and dangerous, so if you see him, please call police. New this morning, 3 inmates are dead and 5 more injured after an incident at an Oklahoma prison. It happened at the Cimarron Correctional Facility in Cushing last night with a history of rioting. Authorities say the inmate disturbance started just before 5 o'clock Saturday and was contained to 1 pod. It lasted about 40 minutes. The prison is a private facility belonging to the Corrections Corporation of America, and no staff members were hurt last night. This incident comes after a riot involving hundreds of inmates at that exact facility back in June. That brawl sent 11 inmates to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Well, on the political front, Governor Greg Abbott made a trip to East Texas this weekend, carrying on a tradition aboard the Texas State Railroad. He rode the legislative train from Palestine to Rusk yesterday. Since it opened as a historical passenger train in 1976, every Texas governor has visited the Texas State Railroad in their first term of office. After the trip, Abbott discussed his love for trains that started with the little engine that could.
I repeated in my brain over and over again as I lay in the hospital overcoming my injury. The memory of my mother telling me, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. And I kept repeating that phrase all the way to the governor's mansion in Austin, Texas.
Abbott also talked about his connection to East Texas. Well, he actually attended elementary school in Longview. Well, the year was 1945. The world was at war. And despite the turmoil in Europe, an unlikely romance sparked between a young U.S. soldier and a Czechoslovakian girl. This weekend, they celebrated that love 70 years later. Here's KTVT's Ken Molestina with the story.
For all of us, these old black and white pictures tell Camilla and Roy Kapp's love story. For them, on this, their 70th wedding anniversary, those memories of love at first sight are just as vivid as the day they laid eyes on each other.
I know she was a woman. I seen her.
I was just 17 years old myself, and I just fell in love with him.
That was in early 1945 in the Czechoslovakian city of Pilsen. Mrs. Kapps had just been released from a labor camp. Mr. Kapps, then a young Army soldier, just happened to stumble into a dance with locals.
Everybody was celebrating, and soldiers was happy. And
this soldier in particular.
I don't know how you'd describe it. I just really fell in love with her.
They danced and smiled, but that was about it. He didn't speak Czech, and she didn't speak English.
So we couldn't talk to each other, but we just look at each other.
3 months later, through an Army interpreter, the young American popped the question.
I was asking her to marry. She said, yes, hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah.
They eventually made it to the U.S. almost a decade later and settled in North Texas. More than 7 decades have passed, and their appreciation for one another has grown with each passing year.
I tell you what, God has really blessed me all my life. because she's been a good wife.
The secret to a long marriage, he says, is knowing it takes two.
She said I was the head of the house, but she's the neck and she turns the head.
To me, it don't sound like it'd been 70 years.
70 years, I can't even imagine. My parents have actually always said that. The man is the head, but the woman turns the neck that runs the head. Well, that couple actually does live in Princeton, Texas right now. And coming up, a new way of healing at a cancer center in Louisiana. See how art is making a difference. Coming up. Plus, Longview seeing a boom in small businesses. We have the details later this morning. You're watching CBS 19 Sunday Morning. Well, in health news this morning, 2 years and $23 million later, a cancer center in Baton Rouge has a whole new look. WAFB's Graham Olkins takes you inside to explain why the artwork in the facility plays such a major role in the healing process.
Oh, my word.
After battling cancer for 12 years now, Cindy Cook knows how to appreciate the beauty in life.
Some people see the fish right away.
She's found that beauty here in the new meditation room at Mary Bird Perkins Our Lady of the Lake Cancer Center.
I'm just amazed at how uplifted I already feel, and I wasn't feeling too great when I first got here.
Cindy is sitting on the other side of this glass wall, 22 feet by 22 feet. It's the focal point of the Healing Arts program, a mind-body approach that harnesses the power of emotions.
There's enough scientific study to say that when your brain opens up and you're able to be thoughtful with your meditation, then you're able to add to your body's healing, and not just the cancer healing, but emotional healing as well.
The light colors on top of a very dark surface.
Administrator Linda Lee worked with art consultant Ann Connolly to install 26 unique pieces of artwork throughout the 6th-floor facility.
One of the most exciting things about the program was that we really did a wide search. We did a call to artists and did a national search, but in the end, most of the artists are from right here in Louisiana.
The pieces are strategically placed in areas where patients need the most comfort, alongside the high-tech tools doctors use for treatment.
It's taking the modern technology of treating cancer and cloaking it with these complementary therapies that are helping patients learn new things about themselves.
And this one reminds me of the angels that surround us.
Patients like Cindy, whose doctor encouraged her to join the center's art program. It's a welcome distraction during her chemo sessions.
I find myself making things and doing things that I never had done before, really creative things that blow my mind.
It's a clinically proven way to ease anxiety and a permanent part of this new facility. Graham Olkins, WAFB 9 Healthline.
Well, doctors say they can actually see a difference in patients who pair alternative methods of healing, like meditation and art, with conventional medicine. Well, there's a Dallas restaurant employing workers not for their disabilities, but their abilities. The owner's big plans are coming up. And we're going to take a look outside on South Broadway this morning. It is a beautiful morning. It is cool. It's starting to feel like fall. Albert has your full forecast right after the break. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take the 80s and the 90s for just this weekend of cool weather, because it has been just so beautiful.
It's been nice.
I'll take it every day. If we'll keep it like that, we can keep it like
too.
that. Well, now it's time for our CBS 19's Ultimate Coffee Mug Giveaway. We give away one of these nice, cool mugs every morning with our friends at Choice Home Care. Today, our winner is Scott Barton from White House. Congratulations, Scott. Remember to enter. You just like us on Facebook, KYTX CBS 19. Sign up right there on the page. Well, a Dallas businessman says he's found the recipe for success for an unconventional restaurant. But as KTVT's Brian New explains, it's not the food that will have the key ingredients, it will be the people.
You kind of slice it up, some onions on there.
Sometimes it's not what you order, but who you order it from.
I needed a to-go order.
To-go order.
That will have you coming back for seconds.
This one that you sign, and one that you keep. Thank you.
Coleman Jones started his new job as a cashier at Texadelphia just this week, and already...
Yes, I love working here.
He means it.
Because this is who I am.
Jones has Down syndrome. Several employees at this Dallas restaurant do. But owner Tom Landis says don't mistake this for charity. This is business.
Hey, let's look, what can we do with not their disabilities, what can we do with their abilities?
Landis has spent 2 decades in the restaurant business and has found many with autism thrive with routine, making them excellent food preps, while those with Down syndrome,
they get a number, they get a drink,
make ideal cashiers.
Coleman, all day long, I think that guy's going to give tremendous customer service. In fact, I'm going to bet my life savings on it.
And he is. Landis plans to open an ice cream parlor, Howdy Homemade, run entirely by those with special needs. But so far, traditional investors have remained reluctant.
They just can't get their arms around it.
So Landis hopes to raise the last $25,000 he needs through donations, perhaps coming from those who can see the potential the moment they order.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
In Dallas, Brian New, CBS 11 News.
Well, so far, Landis has raised near $10,000 for the new ice cream shop. His goal is $25,000. And to learn more about how you can contribute to Howdy Homemade, head to our app. You can search KYTX CBS 19 in the App Store. Well, beautiful Northern Lights making a showing in North Dakota. That's still ahead, but first, Jeff Schaefer has your morning sports. Hey, Jeff.
Coming up, we'll check in with East Texans Patrick Mahomes II and Greg Ward Jr., both in action yesterday, plus the Texas Longhorns looking to pick up their first win of the season. We'll see if they can do it against Rice. And that's all I have for you this morning, though. Back to you.
Thanks, Jeff. I'm a Longhorn, so I liked that win yesterday. Well, in Longview, in just a 3-day span, 2 Longview businesses held grand openings on the same street. Saturday, Small Cakes held its grand opening 1 month after its soft opening. Kids came in and got their faces painted, while others just wanted some sweet treats. But for the city, this is yet another business acting as an example for the growth currently taking place. For the Small Cakes founder, he knew Longview was right for his business.
We do really well in smaller towns, though, like Longview and Tyler. So coming to Longview is huge. The reception has been phenomenal. It's definitely been very welcoming and very busy.
I think Longview is one of the fastest growing East Texas towns around, and then all the great little towns around Longview. Longview doesn't have a unique shop like this yet until we showed up.
Well, the Small Cakes founder also said that East Texas is one of his most profitable areas of business since he started in 2008. To learn more about Longview's growth, you can visit cbs19.tv. Well, before we go, will the cool temperatures stick around? I'm hoping so. Albert has one more look at your forecast. That's right after the break. All right, welcome back. Well, Albert, it's been so beautiful outside. I hope it's going to stay that way, but it looks like it might warm up, right?
Yeah, it's going to warm up during the week. You know, that's just the way it is this time of the year. But let's take a look at today's forecast. And we're looking at cool this morning and then warm this afternoon. High temperature of 86. Lots of sunshine. So could see some periods of clouds through the afternoon. Now, for the next 7 days, looking at slightly warmer temperatures as we go into by the end of the week, around 93. So it's going to get a little warm again.
Well, the nice thing is that as we head into later September, October, the cool is coming. The cool air is coming.
That's
we just
right.
have to wait, right?
That's
Be
exactly
patient.
right. That's right.
Well, finally this morning, Mother Nature has been putting on a show, and a photographer in rural North Dakota captured it through her lens. Look at this. These are the pictures of the Northern Lights, or the Aurora Borealis. Look how pretty that is. Megan Sugden took those pictures, and I just think they are so beautiful. Look at all these farmhouses and everything like that. These are just awesome, beautiful pictures. Well, thanks, Megan, for sharing with us, because
yeah, I haven't had a chance to see those myself.
And that's a weather phenomenon. I'm sure you love seeing these things.
Absolutely.
All right, well, thanks for watching CBS 19 Sunday Morning. Stick around for CBS News Sunday morning at 8. We'll see you at 10.